Press the bell icon on YouTube and don't miss another update.
Hi, I'm Zainab and you're watching Politics Ka Sikander. 5th August 2019 will probably go down in the history of India as one of the most historical moments in Parliament that we've ever seen. Article 370, which gives special status to the state of Jammu and Kashmir, has been revoked. Yes, the Home Minister of India, Shri Amit Shah ji, just announced a few hours ago that he is proposing the revoking of Article 370, which gives a special status of autonomy to Kashmir. Under this article, the Kashmir Valley, along with Jammu and Ladakh, had special status wherein they had their own constitution, which the Constituent Assembly of Kashmir had framed. Under Article 370, the state of Jammu and Kashmir had special status and had special powers. Under this, there were a few subjects that were placed just under the Kashmir Constituent Assembly, wherein they could choose what they wanted to do with things like who's going to buy the property in Kashmir, or who is going to get scholarships there, or government jobs that will be only reserved for the residents of Kashmir. Topics like external affairs, the currency, as well as defense was given to the center, in which the Constituent Assembly of Kashmir couldn't meddle. Now, under the current revoking of Article 370, what Amit Shah ji has essentially said that Kashmir, just like the whole of India, will operate under one constitution. We must give it up for Amit Shah ji and Narendra Modi ji to actually do what they had promised in their manifesto. The removal or the scrapping of Article 35A and Article 370 was promised in their manifesto. And it is almost amazing and unbelievable that they've done this so early on in their second term. What has also been proposed by Amit Shah ji in this removal of Article 370 is that they're going to make Jammu and Kashmir a union territory, and eventually it will have its own state assembly. But at the moment, Jammu and Kashmir is directly under the president's rule. Yes, this scrapping of 370 will require 2/3 majority in both the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha for it to be passed. But let's get it very clear. Congress cannot go against this, because the minute Congress will go against scrapping of 370, everybody will see Congress as the party that allowed Kashmir not to come back to India. Essentially, Congress will be exposed as an anti-national party if they speak against Article 370. Although Ghulam Nabi Azad, after Amit Shah ji's speech, did say that India is violating the pact that they had made with Kashmiris about their special status. Now, my own take on this is that when Imran Khan went to meet President Trump in Washington a few weeks ago, what happened was that when Trump said that he wants to mediate between Pakistan and Kashmir, it was a huge message that he gave out to India, that India is not able to solve its Kashmir problem. Perhaps this has precipitated the situation today, wherein the government of India has sent out a huge message to the world that they can solve their Kashmir problem and that they have solved it. 70 years of India's independence. 1989 was the time that the Kashmir unrest really began. And no government has even dared to touch Article 370. And today, just like that, Amit Shah ji scrapped it. It was a huge message to the world, a huge message to the US, and of course, a huge message to the people of Kashmir. What is sad though is the way the government has gone about it. Just 2 days before announcing this historical move, the Yatris of Amarnath were asked to leave Jammu and Kashmir. After that, there were orders sent out to hostels saying, please evacuate all the students that are residing there. Everyone was in a state of panic. Twitter was filled with messages from Kashmiris saying goodbye. Some saying that we are going to have our last tea together with friends. We don't know what will happen next. Right now, Kashmir is at a precipice. Whether it is looking at peace or whether it is looking at unrest is anybody's guess. However, everyone is of the same opinion. This shouldn't have been the way that this announcement should have been made. It would have been better if the Kashmiris would have been taken into confidence, if they were given more time to accept this. A knee-jerk reaction like this will do no good to anybody. It is almost undemocratic that the people of a state have not been told what's going to happen with them. There was an There was a complete clampdown in Kashmir. There are no internet services there. There are no landlines there. There is nothing that the people of Kashmir know. However, just after the announcement of the revoking of Article 370 by Amit Shah ji, Mehbooba Mufti wrote a few tweets, which makes one wonder if there is a real clampdown in Kashmir and if the house arrests are really sincere. If there is a clampdown for the people of Kashmir, how come the politicians are still tweeting and giving their two bits? How much is the political class of Kashmir really sincere about the people of Kashmir? The minute we see a divide wherein the politicians of Kashmir are still enjoying some things whereas the people are suffering, we see a huge problem. There is no counter narrative in Kashmir. There is no political class that is actually speaking what the Kashmiri feels. None of us know what the on-ground situation is. None of us know what's happening in the houses of common Kashmiris. All we know is what a Umar Abdullah or a Mehbooba Mufti are tweeting from their plush houses. What's also curious is how 3 days ago I personally received a WhatsApp with the exact same suggestion, which was today spoken in Parliament, that Amit Shah ji is going to remove Article 370 and Article 35A by simply making Jammu and Kashmir a union territory. It was dubbed as a masterstroke. What it suggests is that WhatsApp isn't a propaganda tool like most of us think. WhatsApp is the PR tool. We are being given information on our phones through WhatsApp in a very informal way. There is no formal communication from the government and we're simply supposed to accept it because social media पर और WhatsApp पर anyway news in some way or the other आ रही है, चाहे फिर वो एक diluted version हो या real version हो. At least सबको पता है कि क्या माहौल बन रहा है. In fact, when you look at news like this on WhatsApp, the immediate thought that comes to your mind is the psyops, also known as the psychops, which some people employ. What you essentially do is send out a few messages and a few keywords to people and see how they react. And the reaction on social media was one of elation. Everybody on Twitter, Facebook, or any other platform was simply saying, this is a masterstroke, nobody else could do it except Modi ji, because Modi hai to mumkin hai. Of course, we all accept this is a big move, but what will be the consequences of it? Have they been seen? Just by placing over 35,000 troops in Kashmir, will that lead to a situation where there will be peace, or is this just a strangling of the people's voice? Some of the messages that are coming through go something like this. Amit Shah ji ne no ball pe century मार दी. Listen, no ball पे century नहीं मारी जाती है. यहाँ पे लोगों की जिंदगियों का सवाल है. None of us are second guessing the decision of the government. We are only saying the way it is being implemented, the way people are suffering is not right. Anybody with a little bit of humanity will understand that Kashmiris are scared. You cannot tell a people to get used to something which they are not even aware of. If the people of Kashmir had even a hint of an idea of what was going to happen to them, at least they would have prepared themselves. These people are unprepared. The best example I can give is that you put a child in a dark room to discipline him, and then when he comes out, you give him a surprise party and say, "Yay, we did this for you." I don't think the child will really understand it. One should understand the psychology of the Kashmiris. The struggle of Kashmir has been long. The struggle of Kashmiri Pandits have also been long. In fact, a lot of people are pointing to the fact that the way the Kashmiri Pandits in 1989 were unceremoniously chucked out of their houses, the Kashmiri Pandit exodus had the same fear, had the same pain. Agreed. That is the reason you don't repeat your mistakes. That is the reason you don't do things the same way. Democratic processes are about dialogue. Democratic processes are about communication. You cannot unhinge the people from the very democratic process that you're boasting of right now in Parliament by saying we are revoking 370 and bringing the entire India, including Kashmir, under one ambit. You have to engage people. Communication is key to it. You're watching Politics Ka Sikander with Zainab. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, please follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for instant updates.